I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's May 21st, 2018. By the time this video is uploaded, it will be evening. I'm here at All News Pipeline. Shocking new maps show globalist takedown of America accelerating as Deagle's 2025 U.S. population forecast confirms Luciferian endgame as a colossal purge of humanity. This comes from Stephen Stanford. Okay, so Deagle has not changed their 2025 population forecast for America from the even 100 million they raised it to recently. Their numbers garnered from deep state sources still reflect a massive depopulation event or events coming to America over the next 7 years. What does Deagle know that we don't? Even though the stock market trades at near record highs, joblessness suppressed at decade lows, and corporate buybacks / profits booming via Trump's tax reform, poverty is exploding all over America. According to a new study obtained exclusively by Axios, more than 40% of households cannot afford the basics of a middle-class lifestyle, including rent, transportation, childcare, and a cell phone. Of course, they forgot the food part. The study conducted by the United Way ALICE, and that's Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed Project, a nationwide effort to quantify and describe the number of households that are struggling financially, discovered a wide band of working U.S. households that live above the official poverty line but below the cost of paying ordinary expenses. I think maybe you should probably change the fucking poverty line, seeing how everything is so much more expensive right now. With the study outlining the total implosion of the middle class in America, we see in the maps above and below just how widespread income-constrained households now are in America, and as the ZH story reports, when you add in the number of households in America living in poverty to those living under ALICE conditions, the numbers come out to a stunning 51 million American households living in less than middle class conditions. What are ALICE conditions? The asset limited income constrained employed who are working regularly but are still unable to meet their monthly bills despite the fact that they have jobs and a regular steady income. It's a magnitude of financial hardship that we haven't been able to capture until now, Stephanie Hoops, PhD, director of the United Way ALICE project, said. Using 2016 data collected from the states, the study found that North Dakota has the smallest population of combined poor and ALICE families at 32% of its households. The largest is 49% in California, 49%, Hawaii, and New Mexico. 49% is shocking. 32% is also shocking, Hoops said. The red represents, let me see here. Okay, blue shows the counties with 30 to 46% of their population falling under the ALICE programs. Red shows counties with 45 to 60% living under those conditions, and black having between 60 and 81% living under those shocking levels. And pretty much the whole country is, you know, not in very good shape. With these maps showing at least 30% of Americans living under the ALICE levels across most of the country, and huge parts of the country with nearly 50% living at that level, the globalist takedown of America is almost complete. Yet how we will ever get to the population and economic levels which Deagle forecasts for America for 2025, or by 2025. All this stuff is going to happen between now and 2025. Besides the massive 227 million expected to drop off in our population, as we see in Deagle's figures below, our gross domestic product is expected to drop from 19 trillion in 2017 to only 2.4 trillion in 2025. And as we reported on AMP back on May 2nd, the forecast drop in our GDP per capita from $59,274 in 2017 to only $16,374 expected in 2025 shows America somehow being turned into a third world nation before our eyes. How will they accomplish that? Yeah, I'm feeling this money problem thing here because I've put in a lot of applications. I mean a lot, and I've gotten one callback, a single callback in the last 3 months. Which makes me think maybe I should just go back to being a gangster. I've been retired from such activity since about 30, but, you know, you keep getting pushed into a corner. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Now, do these numbers show the fall of America? It's long been warned that for the globalists to complete their implosion of a global, I said implosion, it's imposition, of a global totalitarian dictatorship, the strongest country must fall, and that is America. While Deagle did put out a wide-ranging explanation about why they are forecasting America will be in a full-scale collapse mode by 2025 due to American entering a period of confluence of crisis with a devastating result. As the Organic Prepper reports in their story, these numbers are proof that the times watchmen had long ago warned of have begun in America. The economic collapse of America is here. While many families are still doing okay, the specter of poverty looms over many of us. Many of us know that we're one personal financial catastrophe away from disaster. I wrote recently about my own family struggle with a large medical bill. This is a story that probably rings true to more and more families, to a growing number of families every week. While my income hasn't dropped, it's grown, I am still struggling to pay off those bills and recover. I've taken on a significant amount of extra work to to get things back under control, and still I worry it won't be enough. Does that sound familiar? If it does, it's because, and of this I am quite certain, the long heralded economic collapse of America is upon us. When hard-working families who should be middle class can barely afford to eat and keep a roof over their heads, things are going to devolve further. While Deagle's explanation in 2014 for why they are forecasting America to be so depopulated by 2025 included the following sentence. In quotes, try to imagine what would happen if there is a pandemic of Ebola with hundreds of thousands or millions infected with the virus. They also claim that their forecast depopulation for America didn't include a pandemic with this blunt warning, which referenced the Ebola outbreak of 2014. So far, the few cases of Ebola-infected people have enjoyed intensive health care with antiviral and breathing assistance, but above all with abundant human support by physicians and nurses. In a pandemic scenario, what kind of health care won't be available for the overwhelming, or I said what, damn it? In a pandemic scenario, that kind of health care won't be available for the overwhelming number of infected, leading to a dramatic increase of the death rate due to the lack of proper health care. The quality factor is that the death rate could increase to 80–90% in a pandemic scenario from the stated 50 to 60% rate. The figure itself is not important. What is relevant is the fact that the scenario can evolve beyond the initial conditions from a 50% death toll to more than 90%. And by the way, no pandemic or nuclear war is included in the forecast. So without a Ebola pandemic or nuclear war, we are still going to see our numbers drop that dramatically. This is a rather lengthy article, and we should cut it right there. Now, I made a video the other day, first about the Ebola happening in Congo, then I made another about it making it to a major transportation hub in Africa. All it will take is a single individual to get on a plane, to get on a train that has international travelers on it to spread these Ebola. Now, I've heard that it can only be spread through bodily fluids. I would not believe that for a fucking minute. If somebody coughs or sneezes, and you breathe that little fine, tiny particle in, chances are you're going to get fucking Ebola. Thought I would share this with you. I hope you all have a good day, or evening, as it were. And remember, kill the state before the state kills you.